Hi guys, welcome or welcome back. I'm really excited to do this video with you today because it's going to be totally different from everything that I've been doing on this channel so far. So some of you may know that I'm a medically trained herbalist. I've been working with herbs since 2015 with a medical model as well as a more traditional approach to the plants. So when I was reading the chart for the eclipse that we have, I guess technically late this evening or early tomorrow morning, depending on your time zone, I got like a lot of like upwards sort of like really angsty, couldn't really sit still kind of energy. And I was like, what is going on here? Like, why am I feeling this way? And then I thought to myself, I did like a bit of a creative leap and I had to put the pieces together. I was like, I need to do a video about lemon balm because if someone came to me in clinic complaining about these sort of symptoms that I was experiencing, this would be the plant that I would give to them. So in this video, I'm going to talk about a little bit, just a teeny bit. I'm not going to nerd out too hard about the chemistry of it, but I'm going to talk about one specific phytochemical. And then I'm going to talk about the safety around lemon balm. I'm going to talk about how to identify it. We have Bob, my mint plant, hanging out with us. And then this is some lemon balm that I was able to harvest from one of the community gardens where I live. Lemon balm is one of the mint family plants. Kind of getting ahead of myself by saying this. But it is one of those plants that is very, very prolific. So if you're going to grow it, which I would highly recommend because like fresh lemon balm is like so good. And then I also have a product that I found in my local health food store that I tried and I felt was pretty okay for what you pay. So yeah, let's get into it a little bit. So this is lemon balm. Her Latin binomial is Melissa officinalis. It is in the mint family, and the way to identify all of the mints, here we go, we've got her in some water, but I'm just going to try and show you if I can. They have a square stem, so definitely very, very easy to identify a mint plant. They have a square stem and opposite leaves. I'm going to show you on Bob because Bob has a little bit more of a, like, it's very, very, like, you can definitely see the ridges. It is square, and when you hold it in your fingers, you'll be able to feel it is incredibly, like, you know, square stem, opposing leaves, and then when you pinch, you should be able to get a lot of aromatics from the leaves. That's how you identify all of the the mint family plants. And there's a ton, like all of your favorite cooking herbs are in the mint family, basically. We've got like oregano, we've got thyme, we've got mint, we've got catnip as well as in the mint family. Like the list goes on. There's lavender, there's like everyone who is anyone. And one thing that's really great about the mint family, and I think one of the reasons why I wanted to do this video today is because they are one of the first plants that come up in the spring. To me, as a herbalist, when I'm working with someone in clinic, I really do try to give them plants that are in blooming season, simply because I feel like our bodies and our environments really evolved at the same time. Flowering plants evolved at the same time as the human species. Like we came into existence around the same time, and to me that just is like too much of a coincidence to not think of when we're thinking like therapeutically. So anyways, with all of the mint plants, they're aromatic. So what they do is they wake up the senses. With lemon balm, when you pinch the leaves, again, when you're identifying your little random mint flower that you found on the side of the road and you're like, who are you? Oh my God, you're so cute. With lemon balm, you're going to pinch the leaves and you're going to smell something that smells like citronella. Okay, it's a very distinct scent. And if you have, if you know lemon balm, you'll never forget it. And if you need someone to identify it for you, like do make sure that you can do that, because once you know it, you'll never forget it. It's a very distinct scent. And this scent is two phytochemicals. Well, it's three, but we're going to talk about two. Citronellol, so citronella, and then limonene. It's a very, very distinctive lemon scent. You can also find this in lemon peels. You can also find it in lemongrass. It's a really incredible phytochemical. Okay. Where do I want to go with this? Right, so as I said when I was reading the chart for this eclipse, a lot of what I was feeling internally was kind of like angry hot potato syndrome, you know, like I was really hot inside. It was very spicy. I had a lot of like sort of rage that was building up and I didn't know what to do with it, and very much feeling like not right no matter where I was. So limonene is very, very specific for this. It takes everything and brings it down and inwards and is very cooling. It's a very, very cooling, very calming plant. Melissa is also an amazing antispasmodic, so it's really nice for people who carry stress in their digestive systems. As it's I have the monograph right here, so I'm just like, let's just make sure I'm not going to be saying the wrong thing here. It's also a carminative, which is just a fancy word for meaning it releases tension in the gut. So other carminatives are like caraway, fennel, really amazing herbs for when your digestion is just like tense and like you're carrying a lot of like gas and bloating and you're just in a lot of pain and discomfort and it just sucks. This is one of those plants that I go to with that specific situation, because oftentimes when we're carrying tension in our gut, it's not just because we've eaten something that disagreed with us, it was psychosomatic. This plant is specific for that. It is also a thymoleptic, which is a fancy word for it's an antidepressant. It's antimicrobial and it's antiviral, specifically in the fresh form. Okay, and this is like very, very important because I knew when I was going to be doing this video, I was like, antiviral, everyone's going to be like, is it good for coronavirus? And it's like, I have no idea, because like, let's be real, not a lot of people want to do herb research trials. And really at this point, that's like kind of not the place where people's resources should be going. Like they should be trying to find like a vaccine for COVID. Anyways, that is just like, we're going to put that there. Anyways, what it is good for in the virus family is amazing for herpes simplex virus, so cold sores. It has to be fresh. Also, as a fresh plant, it's like such a delicious tea. So what you want to do with this plant is you want to take about, can you see what I'm doing here? You want to take about this much of the plant and submerge it in hot water. You want to make sure that you're covering it, because all of the volatile oils, which are really the medicinal compounds, like I was talking about the limonene and the citronella, like those are essential oils. And when you heat up essential oils, they will evaporate out on the steam, and then your tea will still taste delicious, but it won't have as much of a medicinal effect for you. So that is extremely important anytime that you're working with any herb at all. So that is one really amazing way to get it. If you can't get it fresh, I picked this up at my local like hippie store. And this is Traditional Medicinals, and I really like them. I think they're like, as far as like a mainstream product goes, it's not bad. It is mass produced, and when you open it, you do get these nice like individually packed. I'm not getting paid to do this, by the way. This is just like, oh, look what I have. You do get like a nice individually packed bag, and the reason that I say if you can get fresh, it will be serving you a lot better, is just because it is just like, you know, like this is kind of like dust. There's not a lot of life left in that. You are still going to get a medicinal effect because plants are amazing, and if you ask them to do something, they will. But this is an experience. This is also an experience, and in my personal experience, this is my preference. All right. What else can I say about that? I want to talk a little bit about some of the weirder, like, folkloric things about Melissa. But first, I really want to talk about the safety with Melissa, because a lot of the times, anytime you talk about herbal medicine, people, there's a lot of bad information out there, people. Okay, like, let me just say this, like, as a medically trained herbalist who has spent 5 years studying this shit, there's a lot of bad information out there, and people often don't have very good critical knowledge of these things. So one of these things is it's very hard to do wrong with herbs. It's very, very hard to like cause your body an illness with herbs. Like, the amounts of things that you're getting into you is just like, it's usually nowhere near enough to like truly fuck shit up. That being said, Melissa Lemonbalm does interact with the thyroid. So if you do have a thyroid condition, you're just encouraged to not really work with it, especially if you have hypothyroidism. So that is my safety. Like, no, do not do it. Also, as a herbalist, usually the sort of dosage that we would be doing is like, as a fresh plant, we would be doing 2 to 16 grams. So like I showed you the little sprig, we would be doing this like, I would say 4 to 6 times a day. Okay, so like that's a lot of tea, you know? You're not gonna hurt yourself if you have like 1 cup of tea to calm down before an eclipse. Like, it's totally fine. This is me, your neighborhood herbalist, giving you this information to empower you. Herbs are for the people. Okay. Melissa is also one of these amazing plants that is amazing at dissolving boundaries. So astrologically, Jupiter and Cancer both rule Melissa. For me, more esoterically, it is ruled by Artemis. So goddess, god X, non-binary god of the moon, of the hunt, and of sexuality, which is not under the control of a man. Sound a little bit familiar for like anyone who's been on my channel for a little while? I kind of hope so. It's my favorite dead horse to continue to beat. You know, lived experiences, they're a thing. So for someone who would benefit really, really well working with Melissa is definitely someone who's going to be very disconnected from their body, feels very unsafe in their body, because a lot of the times there's a lot of tension after trauma, and that's how the body protects us from taking on too much too quickly. The really nice thing about a gentle, soft, gentle plant like Melissa is it can introduce us back into those energies without overwhelming us. Again, it's an extremely safe plant. We give it to kids all the time. It's really good for insomnia as well. So anxiety, overthinking, again, that picture where you're carrying a lot of tension in your gut, this is going to be your best friend. Combines really well with St. John's wort, which is a whole other story and like has a more complex safety profile. Again, there's a lot of really bad information out there. So like, if you have questions about that, please get in touch with me for, I don't know, whatever I can tell you about that. I'm a bit of a research nerd, which some of you may not know. So that's a lot of fun. Yeah, I think that's kind of all I have to say about Melissa. No, it's not. Just hang on a second. Oh yeah, it's also really good for lowering blood pressure. Blood pressure. So for this eclipse, it's happening at 13 degrees and 37 minutes of Capricorn. And when I was looking into that specific degree, because again, I'm really kind of obsessed with the minutia of things, there were two, I think it was, no, completely gone. I think it was, yeah, there was 2 of the more esoteric degrees. I will like, probably in the description box, I'll be like, this is what it actually was. But one of them was saying, a poet speaking directly to a flame. Okay, so again, like a lot of fire, a lot of heat, a lot of obsession with fire. And you know, what is it about fire that draws us in? Because it's seductive. We don't understand it fully. It is something that can deliver life as easily as death, and it's just due to the amount. So Melissa is a really nice plant to help you balance the heat and the fire within your own system. Cool it, bring it down and in again. So tasty. And one of the other aspects that I found really interesting, it's gone again. Darn tootin'. It'll come back to me. I'll just put it in the description box. Anyways, this is my sort of short video for the eclipse medicine that I'm hopefully, I hope is going to be helping you guys moving forward. It's one of my passions. Herbs really, really are. It's like, it's my forte, if you will. So if you have plants that you're really curious about and you would like me to do a blog about, please let me know. I'm really happy to explore them with you, because like, who doesn't want to sit around talking about plants all day? I mean, it's the best. Okay. Great. Happy seed planting this eclipse, guys. It's a more gentle eclipse than we've had, you know, for 2020. Like, gentle is like kind of, is really though, like, it's been a weird year. It's going to be a really, really nice time to set some intentions for ourselves though moving forward, and to face our fears in a new and exciting way. moving forward with the knowledge that like things are gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Sending you lots of love, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.